scored 4 points and had 3 rebounds in 20 seconds. He played into the second half.
Right.
And he actually defended Wilt Chamberlain at a very high level because by Wilt standards, he had a bad game. He only scored 21 points on 10 of 16 shots. And you know how Wilt was.
Right.
He'd get you 50 easy. Right. So that turned the tide. And then Clyde Frazier, I know a lot of the Knicks.
He went bonkers.
He went crazy. He had 36 and 19 assists, and it was one of the all-time great Game 7s ever played.
Yep.
So, again, Willis got to go along for that ride. But that was day and night compared to what happened to AD last night. You can argue he was just trying to inspire his team, but did it work?
No.
No. It seemed to inspire Devin Booker, right?
Skip, for me, and you say when you picked him, I was like, Skip, and what did I tell you? And I prefaced it. I said, Skip, they can't play any worse than they did in Game 5, can they? And when they started the game, what did they do? They played worse in Game 6 than they did in Game 5, just when I thought they couldn't.
Okay, so here's what got me about LeBron. Not until the third quarter last night did I see him go into all-out attack mode. He was back into sit-back mode at tip-off, and I don't understand it. And Shannon, I got to tell you, to me, your man LeBron last night looked like he was aging right before your very eyes. He looked like he was worn out right before your very eyes. In the second half, when he went into attack mode, he seemed to wear out fairly quickly, and he just looked flat out, big sweat, gassed by the fourth quarter when they needed him to help them make one last run, because they had a shot in the mid-fourth quarter. They actually cut it to 10 at one point and had a shot, okay?
Right, Skip, and it's hard, Skip, and people say, well, he should just do it. You can't. You cannot physically. Even the greats, as effortless as Michael could glide through the air and clear everybody, he stopped driving as much. Kobe stopped driving as much because you just can't physically do it as we start to age. You know, age happens to us all.
Okay, well, it was happening to him last night because I couldn't see LeBron James with 3 exclamation points. I couldn't see the king.
I could see him step on his Skip, but there are some plays right around the basket that LeBron, those are and one.
Couldn't finish. I agree. And in the first quarter, they couldn't finish Phoenix because Phoenix finished them. Right from jump. Devin Booker said, no, I got this. He makes 6 out of 6 threes in the first quarter and scores 22 points.
You said he couldn't shoot threes.
Well, he can't. He's a 34%.
I can't tell.
Wait a second. He's a 34% three-point shooter this year, this regular season, 35 for his career. He's way below average. He's worse for his career than LeBron James is, and LeBron's below average as a three-point shooter. But the point is, he came out, and I've called him again and again on this show. He's a star, not a superstar. That looked like a superstar coming out party because he was just saying, no, in your house, I got this.
Well, Skip, you know what they used to say is that he's a guy that can get you buckets on a bad team. Now he's getting you buckets on a good team. So the perception of him will change now because he could always put the ball. Skip, you don't score 70 points in the NBA game without being good at it. So now that he's going to start to win with Chris Paul. Now we'll get you're just like, okay, yeah, he's going to start to get into that superstar threshold.
Okay. So remember, the Lakers were the #1 team in defensive efficiency in the league.
I couldn't tell.
Okay, well, I couldn't tell in the first quarter because I thought LeBron was the driving force of a very good defense, a smart defense, a coordinated defense, a unified defense, and they got absolutely torched. They weren't running a second defender at him until it was too late. They tried to single him up, and and they dared him to shoot threes in the first quarter because that's what the numbers tell you should do.
Skip, blitz him. Get the ball out of his head. Okay, Jay Crowder, if you can make 10 of those, so be it. Mikal Bridges, if you can make 5, 6 threes, so be it. I can live with that. Skip, I know what Book can do. I've seen him go get 70. I've seen him get 50. So I know he can put the ball in the basket. Make the others do it.
Okay, so from jump, I did not see desperate fire in LeBron's eyes. I did not see I refuse to lose in my building in a closeout game. He wasn't refusing to lose because they just took the game over, Phoenix did, from the tip-off. And they won the first quarter 36-14, and by all accounts, the big picture of it was over after a quarter.
Thank you, yes.
Remember, AD goes out, and then it seemed like the whole team just lost heart from there because it only seemed to start to get worse.
Yeah. The Lakers scored 25 or less points in 12 of the 24 quarters.
Yep.
Let that sink in for a second. They scored 20 points or less in 5 quarters.
I mean, to get 14 in the first quarter when you have LeBron James on your team, it's just unacceptable.
If you remember 2 nights ago, they scored 10. I mean, you scored 10 points in 12 minutes.
The Los Angeles Lakers of Magic Johnson lore, of Showtime.
Yes.
They're scoring 14 and 12 and 10 a quarter?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? That's just wrong.
And Devin Booker got 22. Devin Booker got 22 in the first by himself.
Well, he outscored him by 7 by himself.
Yes.
Not 8. He outscored him by 8.
And
okay,
then you throw in Crowder's 3 threes to get him kick-started. Skip, it's over.
Okay.
It's kind of like what the Lakers did to Miami in Game 6.
I got it.
Remember, they jumped on him, and it was over.
So here's where LeBron really lost me, was in the second quarter. It's getting completely out of control. It's 45-18, and if we could see what he did at 45-18 with the turnover pass, this just looked like he didn't care anymore at this point. I don't see LeBron do this. What is that? That looks like some preseason turnover where he just didn't care. And then that's the second turn. He came right back down 4 minutes later and just threw it right into Jay Crowder's knees. And you're better than these 2 turnovers. And again, you're down 45-18 and 55-31. But you know and I know there was still a ton of time left.
Yeah.
Like these.
Because they ended up making a 10-point ball game, so clearly.
Okay, so how can you be? It looked like you were once again disengaged, like you were almost disinterested, like you were disassociating from the mess on the floor.
Well, this is where I'm going to push back. For the simple fact, Skip, is that they did get it down to 10. If he didn't care, or if they didn't care, that's all the makings of a 40-point blowout loss.
Okay, so here we go, third quarter. And I'm going to show you real quick 4 straight plays in which there's LeBron James. I've always called him the greatest attacker of the basket I've ever seen. Nobody can drive it better than LeBron James. Does he have his lift right now? Well, either through age or attrition or ankle, he doesn't quite have his lift. So this is third quarter LeBron. Okay, well, that'll work, right? Jay Crowder can't keep him from the rim. I'm sorry, he just can't. So Book's got him. And that's LeBron James. That's who I thought I would see in the first quarter. That'll work, right? Okay, he can still rise up and dunk. Okay, and here's the fourth play. I mean, that's how many times have we seen that in his past where you just said he's unstoppable. You can't stop that. And it ignited a slow but sure rally that never got to the furious stage, but they were just chipping and chipping away, right?
Right.
And then in the fourth quarter, they did cut it to 10.
Yes.
Okay, well, when they got it to 10, I know what you were doing. You were thinking, I got this.
Yeah.
And I know Staples only has 6,000 or 7,000 people, but it sounded like 17 or 20,000 people, right? And then here was the irony of the fourth quarter to me. This is 3:23 left, and Chris Paul had just finally missed a shot, and you get it back, and it comes down to Wes Matthews taking a 3 that could have cut it to 8. Cut it to 8. Well, this is it right here. Watch this. Okay, this is it. That's the shot of the game, and he missed it pretty badly. If that goes in, I think the roof falls on the Phoenix Suns, because remember, LeBron had played almost 40 more playoff games than the whole Phoenix roster combined. And I think at that point, it wouldn't have made him old. I think it would have made him too experienced for the Phoenix Suns. I'm watching with Ernestine, I said, hey, you better buckle up now because the Lakers got a shot. And when he had that shot, I thought, Wes Matthews, but here's the irony of that. Wes Matthews played a career-low 19.5 minutes a game. He shot a career-worst 35% from the floor and a career-worst 34% from 3. And he averaged 5 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist for the Los Angeles Lakers. And somehow it comes down to Wesley Matthews has the shot. Well, he wasn't that guy for you all year. So you had the wrong guy taking the right shot at the right time.
But you see what they do? They force the ball into someone's hand, someone else's hand. Now, what were the Lakers doing? Okay, go ahead, Book. Get what you want. Jay Crowder. Okay, I understand the first three games.